when they first start bringing people from Africa and forcing them to work as slaves. So Africans in Brazil had to find a way to protect themselves, to liberate themselves, to empower their community so that they could keep resisting, they could keep the fight to bring the system to an end. It took a very long time, but I like to attribute only the ending of enslavement of humans in Brazil to the fight that went on from day one to the end of it in 1888. 1888 was just officializing the end of enslavement in Brazil, enslavement of Africa. But the fight had started the day the first person arrived. So resistance, rebellions were always there. No weapons, you gotta use what you have. You have your body, so you use your body. And you learn how to do movements, so you can use those movements to liberate yourself, to free yourself, to protect the colonies. If you research quilombos in Brazil, you're gonna find a lot of them scattered in the interior of the country. And those are colonies that people formed, created so they could escape and go to those colonies and live as free people. So what did they have? They had their bodies and the ability to create. And then this is one of the creations that came from that particular community in Brazil. So thank you all very much for having us here. And if you want to learn more capoeira, practice more capoeira, learn more about other cultural dances from Brazil, Georgina has our contacts, so please talk to
Thank you for the beautiful performance, Marissa. Thank you, Marissa. Georgina, anything else? George, anything else?
Yes. So we'd like to, John, you said you're going to say something. Is John here? Yes, John, can you come up here? So we have a couple of announcements like that. So John and Merlin. Merlin just retired as an oncologist from Hermes College. John retired as an attorney just recently, and now both of them are serving us on our board. Yes, John, go ahead, please.
No microphone.
No microphone.
I will have to shout. My name is John Everard.
Excuse me, John.
No, I didn't see it. Thank you.
My wife, Marilyn, and I are on the board of the Chicago chapter of CIP. Marilyn and I have been married for 54 years. It's been very wonderful years for me. You have to talk to her personally to get her opinion. Over the past 7 or 8 years, we've been associated with CIP, and we've had many wonderful and inspiring people that homestayed with us. I could recount story after story, but I'll refrain from that because it's getting a little bit late. But I wanted to say something that I think connects up with what Mr. Reggie Smith was talking about, and others too. And it's this idea of connectedness, and how does that happen? Perhaps we all think, most of us think that the soul or the spirit is housed within our bodies. And I don't dispute that, but perhaps also the spirit houses our bodies. It may be that there's some part of it that's the other way around. And it's what Ralph Waldo Emerson called the oversoul. And it's all-encompassing and enables us to connect with one another. And another thing that I think a lot of us are inclined to believe is that the newsmakers, shall we say, are the ones that capture the most attention, and it's those people who move the world forward. I don't agree with that at all. I think it is wonderful people like yourselves, and maybe even a little bit of me. We rise from our beds each day, and our mission is to, for all of us, is to tend this world that runs on at its own sweet will. So,
Yes.
thank you all
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you, John.
Now I would like to
I want to say one more thing, George. You haven't had the full CIP experience until you have heard George sing.
Well, we may or may not. I love what he just said about the world runs on because of the will. And it has to do, it's on its own sweet will, you said, John?
Yeah.
But the sweetness of the will is the will of each of us who chose to come here tonight to be supportive of this organization and to be curious and learn about the organization and learn from each other and connect. So let us take our wills forward. George, I will let you end. I hope that's what you're planning on doing. So
we have several events coming. The next one is with the 3 participants, and I are going to Paris, Illinois, and from there we will be visiting an Amish house, so that the Amish family is hosting a tea for our group. So they are getting such an enriching experience of different facets of American life. But I'm going to invite Reggie to come forward
yes.
and announce about or inform you about an event that is coming up in the spring. And at that time, please stay connected. You have my number, you have a brochure, you will have ongoing information about the different things.
Your head is cut off, Reggie. Your head is cut off if you're outside the tent.
We're going to try to
Former bear.
keep this thing going with CIP, and we're going to throw an event out in Plainfield, different community. Everyone come out. It's a cool event space. It's called Rockstar's Garage.
Ooh.
We're going to have an event there, and we're going to celebrate CIP. Invite your friends, invite your neighbors. Again, our message is going to be community, one person at a time, one community at a time. If we get enough boots on the ground talking about what's needed, we will have a bountiful harvest.
Eso. And one last request. Everybody here, who has one of these that I'm pointing at, that I'm using to film you? Could everybody take out their phone for me? And I'm not going to ask you for money. Everybody take out your phone. We are each going to take a selfie or a picture or something and make a post on Facebook or whichever social media you have that you were at CIP. You have social media. You stop. I'm on your social media. Whether it's LinkedIn or whatever it is, please post that you were at a CIP event at Sinha. So please post yourselves, selfies, being with a group, or just a statement that you were at Sinha. And that's part of spreading the word. Like John said, those that get the media attention are those that are pushing themselves out there. Let's push Sinha and CIP out there so other people will know to get to enjoy. And I have cards for the restaurants. So for those of you who have not been here before, please come back and join us. share several of the cards with friends. And know that Georgina does all sorts of catering and fun stuff. Reggie, you have plenty of cards, but you can share more. Here's for your friends and guests. Here's one for you. Would you like one? I'm a pushy broad. Did you do your CIP? Thanks, sweetheart. Oh, sorry, George. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Lady Al, you didn't get cards. You haven't been here. You all.
Don't forget the silent auction.
Oh, and don't forget the silent auction. There still are. Oh, they may have put it up, but okay. Need more cards. Yes, we have plenty more.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, thank you guys. Oh, I'll stop.